that button, feel the love, it's a treat. Like, come on now, subscribe. Join the party, baby, ride the vibe. One click of love, keep the spirit alive. Hit that button and let's all thrive.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Homewood in the building. Road Boy for life, 15208-412 forever. Holla at your boy. Alright. Been a couple days, y'all. It's been a couple days since I've been on. How are y'all? How you doing? How you mammy doing? Alright. This may be new to you, because it's new to me. It may be old to you, but it's new to me. Some people might not have heard about it. Some people have. Out of Cincinnati, Ohio, there is footage of a young man getting unalived by the police again. And I say again because it seems like it's the norm now. But nobody knows what transpired. I guess it transpired over a stolen car. They said they seen 4 people get out the car. So they said they seen 4 people get out the car. And I guess this young man started running and they said he had a gun. So within 24 hours, they released body cam footage. Now, what's crazy about this is, if everybody remembers not too long ago, Jalen Walker, when they shot him, it took them more than a week to produce body cam footage of that. Now, they're supposed to release body cam footage within 24 hours. But they didn't do that in that case. But in this case, they did. So let's check this video out and we'll go from there. And before we get started, this is a fair use video. The information in this video is based on, these words are my opinion on it. Nothing is proven, nothing is factual until court. So anyway, the next day, the boy's father runs over a deputy that was involved in his son's unaliving. And here's the thing. Here's the information going around that they claim the boy was running and turned and pointed a weapon at them, but I've seen the still videos, I've seen the still pictures, I've seen the video. He was running from them. Now you're popping one off at somebody that's running away from you. So how is he a threat to you if he's running away? How are you? And they say it took the span of 6 seconds from the time that the officer got out of his car and put that thing out and pointed it and let it go. 6 seconds. No questions asked, no nothing, no get down on the ground, no freeze, no hey, come here, no chasing him down. Because from the still pictures, the boy got up from a kneeling position and started running. So you mean to tell me by the time you got out the car, while this young boy was kneeling down on the ground, looked like he was just sitting down on the ground, or he fell and was getting up, you mean to tell me you couldn't catch him? You couldn't tackle him? You couldn't tase him? You had the unaliving, and that seems to be something repeated and repetitive with law enforcement, no matter where you're at. It seems to be the norm for them, and they just brush it off their shoulders like it's just dust. Like, oh well. Like, oh well. I was scared for my life. How are you going to be scared for your life with somebody running with a book bag, with a backpack, strapped to his back, and he's running away from you? But, you know, subscribe to this channel. Big ups to WLWT5 NBC News for bringing this to me, or for me looking this up and bringing this to y'all so we can all sit here and look at it and give our opinions and our commentary on this. Please like and share this video. Hit them thumbs up, hit that bell notification, hit that subscribe button, y'all. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what y'all think, but let's get into it.
Breaking news today, Cincinnati police sharing new details about a chase that led to a suspect being shot and killed by police over at East Price Hill.
The mayor and Cincinnati's police chief sharing body camera video of the incident. WLWT News 5's Danielle Dindak heard from Chief Fiji directly. Danielle, what did that video show?
Yeah, Stephen, this all unfolded very, very quickly. We're talking about 6 seconds. 6 seconds from the time that officer got out of his vehicle until he shot and killed that armed suspect. So I want to have you...
6 seconds. 6 seconds. You know how fast you can subdue somebody in 6 seconds? By getting out of the car, you're already running as soon as you get out the car. You're already running. You already have a head start on him by approaching him by 3 seconds. So it took you 3 seconds to get out the car, 3 seconds to run up on him and unalive him. But let's see what they got to say about this.
We take a look at some of this video as I explained to you what Chief Fiji broke down for us today. So she said this all started with a stolen Kia out of Edgewood, Kentucky that was spotted at the complex on Warsaw Avenue. When officers arrived, they saw
a stolen car out of Kentucky ended up in Cincinnati. So how does a stolen car from Kentucky end up in Cincinnati? And just one person is unalived out of the whole scenario. 2, the young man and the deputy. Let's go.
Forced that suspects take off running. Fiji
look at this. Look.
Took different suspects.
Now, y'all see this right here? This is the young man they say that he unalived right here. Does it look like this man turned in a threatening manner to that police officer? Does it look like he's threatening that police officer? And I recant my previous statement about him having a backpack or a book bag, because from this it doesn't look like he has anything on his back. But does that look like he turned in a threatening manner? My opinion is he didn't want to chase this boy down, because the boy had a head start on him. So the best thing he could do in his overseer mind state, the first thing that pops up in these law enforcement, these police officers, the first thing that pops up in their head, some of them, not all, is I'm just gonna go ahead and unalive him. I'm not gonna put the time in the questioning to yell, no commands to him, no nothing. I'm just gonna unalive him right there. Instead of just chasing him, you could have caught him right there. He could have caught him right here. The cop is right here. The policeman is right here by this dumpster right here. The boy is right there. It takes you a couple, if you granted, they have a lot of stuff they carry around on them. But if you in shape, You could have caught him. This young man could still be here. But let's get back into it.
To follow. One suspect was armed with a gun, and at one point, with officers saying he did hit the ground and that gun hit the ground. That person then ran between the dumpsters, and officers yelled out that that person had a gun. Another officer who...
So, she just told on him right there. She said one of them did have a gun, but he dropped the gun on the ground and started running. So if the gun's on the ground, he poses no threat. He poses no threat to you. If he dropped the gun and he just got up and started running, and you screaming gun, 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 the gun's on the ground. This boy is posing no threat to you. He is no threat to you at all. But you did it because it's in your DNA. It's in your DNA.
who was chasing another person at the time came in contact with that armed suspect, and that's when that officer fired off 4 to 5 shots. That man was hit twice and then was given medical care right away, but he did die. Officers did find a gun on him with an extended magazine and another in his pocket.
So they found the gun on him. Now she just babbled and went in a big circle. If y'all pay attention, she just went in a big circle. She had to go back and make up for her mistake she made. There was no mention of nobody else. There was no, when this first came out, there was no mention of nobody else. Just the young man that was unalive. There was no mention of nobody else. Story that came out, he turned in a threatening manner. That's what caused the officer to go ahead and unalive him. Within their mind, they think this is right. They think this is right. But if he's clearly running from you, what threat does he cause? And you can see from the still video, from the still picture earlier that I showed, he didn't turn to no threatening manner. He didn't have, it looked like he didn't have anything in his hand. These body cam footage cameras be so grainy that how is it that every time it involves a law enforcement shooting on a citizen and the citizen is unalive, why is it that the body cam footage is always grainy? It's never clear cut footage. Never. Unless that person is laying on the ground. It's never clear. It's never clear. In some cases, it's never clear. Not all cases. In some cases, let me clear that up. Let me backtrack on my words here, because I don't want nobody coming on here trying to correct me. All right, let's get back into this.
Unfortunately, this is a potential outcome when you interact with police and you are armed with a weapon, whether it's an edged weapon, a firearm, or if you fail to comply, you're armed and you fail to comply with what an officer says.
There they go with that word comply. There they go with that word comply. You know how many videos me and my wife watch on a daily basis of how when someone of the melanated nature complies, they're still rough handled and yelled at and screamed at, like degrading, like they're just animals, like they're just savages. This is how they talk to us. When they pull us over for anything, when they stop us for anything. Now, the Caucasian persuasions, when they pull them over, they don't never comply. They'll yell at the police, fuck, you know, y'all, you son of a bitch, da 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 da. They're like, just straight cussing them out, like, wow. Like, wow. Like, and then they always want to use, and see this, and this is what y'all have to pay attention to. The psychology, the reverse psychology that they use. If you stop and pay attention and watch, they use certain phrases and certain languages when describing melanated men and women. They every time they'll swear up and down, we're not complying. We were really angry. We were just agitated. We were just, they'll say that every time. They use it every time because that's the picture they want to paint. And nobody pays attention to this. But if you stop and pay attention, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Just like she just said, this is what happens when you come in contact with the police and you got this and you got that and you don't comply. Police don't comply. They don't even uphold their own law. They don't even uphold their own law. As of lately, it's been shoot first, never ask the question. Then get reassigned to another precinct. It's never ask the question. Then if you don't get the answer, find out what's going on. Then if the situation escalates into something different, then you ask them if they want the smoke. But it's never ask questions, get the smoke later. It's always, here's the smoke. Never ask the question, go on about my business. But let's get back into this.
This is where we end up. And it is unfortunate. It is preventable. And no officer wants to go through this. I don't want families to go through this. But at the end of the day, we have to provide the safest city that we can provide.
Now, Fiji did go on to say that during an interview, the officer said that the suspect pointed the gun at him. He did feel threatened, and he did feel threatened for his life. Now, we also learned that there was another stolen gun found in that stolen car. Lots to unpack here, and we'll have much more coming up for you later on at 4, 5, and 6. Reporting live, Danielle Dindak, WLWT News 5.
Danielle Dindak leading the way for us on this story. Danielle, thank you so much. Now, there were other suspects involved here. 2 of them in that stolen vehicle were eventually apprehended, and they made their first court appearances this morning. Jarrell Austin and DeAnthony Bullocks are accused of receiving...
Yeah, see these 2 boys right here. See these 2 boys right here. Now, where are these guns coming from? They're getting guns with extended clips. You know how hard it is to get anything if you're underage, especially a firearm, and you're getting an extended clip. Where are they getting these guns from? I can't just walk up in the gun shop, get a gun, and get an extended clip without a thorough background check. I can't even go, and I couldn't even walk up on I couldn't even do that. I couldn't do that. Hell, it's rough getting a fishing license without them doing a background, let alone an extended clip for a handgun. And these boys look like they only like 18, 19, and they're in their mid-20s. They're in their early 20s. This boy right here look like he's about 18, 19 years old right here. This boy look like he's about 22, if not 17. So how in the hell are they getting guns with extended clips? Stolen guns. Where are they stealing guns from? Somebody explain this to me like I'm a 2-year-old. If a gun gets stolen, when you buy a gun, that gun gets registered. Correct? Baby, correct? Babe, when you buy a gun, that gun gets registered, right? Okay. So, exactly. So how are they stealing these guns without these guns getting reported? Yeah, let's get back into this.
Receiving stolen property and obstructing official business. A fourth person is still on the run. Austin is being held on a $50,000 bond. Bullock's bond is set at $40,000.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's that. Now, let's go back. Let's go back to right here. Y'all see this? Where does he have a gun? Where does he have a gun at? And y'all see how grainy this is? How blurry this is? Come on, Cincinnati. We're gonna need y'all to. We need these we need the 4K cameras. And I know y'all got them. These body cam cameras does not produce anything like this. This is grainy. This is grainy. So they're taking the officer's word over right in front of their face. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this real quick. Let's get into this real quick. This is the boy's dad right here.
As a man accused.
That's the boy's dad right here. But we're going to come back. We're going to do part 2 on this right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure y'all turn around, hit that corner, turn around and rinse it off. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. Hit them thumbs up. So, make sure y'all come and join me for part 2 of this. We're going to talk about the father. Channel is Hanging with Carlos Tipton. Come on down. Run, go, tell your mother, tell your father, tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your cousin. Tell your ashy kneed friend down the street. You know, the one with the ashy knees and the rusty elbows. Go tell them, make sure they subscribe to the channel. So until next time, y'all. Peace. Love y'all. Stay blessed.